Hi, and welcome to this month's angel card reading. We survived 2025. I don't know how. I really don't know how in some ways, but we did. So, congratulations. I feel like we should all get a prize of some sort. But here we are in January of 2026, and I know this reading is delayed. I have been recovering from my knee replacement surgery, and it has been a journey. I'm 5 weeks out right now, and it's been a challenge, not gonna lie, but things are moving ahead, and I am progressing every week, which is good news. And the surgery went very well. My knee really was shot, and so I'm glad I did the surgery, but it's hard work and it hurts, and I'll be glad when I'm like 6 months out and I don't have this pain and have the PT and all the things. But I just want to say thank you, because so many people did reach out, emails and just all kinds of stuff, and I know, and I felt the prayers, I felt the support, so thank you for that and your patience, especially with me having the I would say probably stamina and energy to do this reading. So I am happy to do a reading and kind of start moving myself back into the swing of things. My plan is to return back to work next Tuesday, the 13th, and January is pretty booked at this point, but February and my schedule out is open. So feel free to visit MilwaukeeMedium.com to schedule something with me. Maui clearly wants to say hi. Every time I do this, he feels like he has to say hi because he feels like he deserves a treat of some kind. So I may have to give him a treat to bribe him. Okay, so let me just do that quick. But the other thing I just really want to quick mention is that I have had my challenges this year with scammers and people pretending to be me and solicit people online for readings. Understand that I will never reach out to you. Any reader who is reputable, professional, they will not solicit you. They will not comment. They will not send you messages. So if you see someone pretending to be me, please report and basically block the account. That's the best thing to do. Facebook isn't always the best at taking care of these accounts. I'm verified on Instagram, which gives me a little layer of protection. But I just wanted to put that out there first and foremost, that I will never reach out to you to solicit any kind of business. It's just not how it works. So when you see that, just be mindful. I appreciate when people let me know that someone has created another account in my name, and I do go in and figure out how to take care of it, but understand that that is not me. So don't fall for it and don't spend money on anything like that. Couple things I wanted to just kind of let you know. My group monthly meditation will be held on Saturday, January the 24th from 10 to 11. I was unable to do the one in November because we had a bad weather weekend right after Thanksgiving, and obviously December I have been out. So I'm excited to do one at the end of January at my office space, Renew Holistic Wellness. So if you have an interest in coming in for that meditation as a group, like we've been doing this for several months and we've had good groups coming in, and they have been really very powerful meditations. I encourage you to come in. If you've never meditated, if you meditate all the time, it doesn't matter. Come in and sit with us, and especially as we begin the energy of this new year, it'll be really kind of a great opportunity to set intentions and just, talk about some things and then do a lovely meditation. My New Year angel card reading special has been extended through February. Obviously, I'm only working a couple weeks in January, and there were several people that wanted to take advantage of the angel card reading discount, as well as finding out what to expect in the new year. So I decided to go ahead and extend that through February. Just book it as a regular angel card reading when you come in, or if you're virtual, your discount will be taken at checkout, so you don't have to do anything special when you book that. So I did want to just let you know. So I think that's the housekeeping that I can think of. Again, you can schedule with me, MilwaukeeMedium.com. schedule now will take you to Vagaro, and then you can schedule your appointments. Had a lot of gift certificate sales, which I appreciate too. And if you're booking a gift certificate, just look for the service with the gift certificate in front of it. When you look through the services on Vagaro, you do not have to enter any gift certificate information. Just book it as a regular gift certificate, like 45-minute reading or whatever it is, and then bring your gift certificate information to your session. So I think that's kind of it. If I think of something, it'll come out. So I'm doing something a little different today. I pulled 3 cards for the month of January, but then I also I wanted to do something for the year. Now, mind you, a lot of times the cards that I get each month are messages that can take us through. But I feel like I wanted to pull from a separate deck 3 cards to help us focus on 2026. Now, right now, we're, obviously we've just kind of shifted into this new year energy. If you're following any of like online, the spiritual Chinese New Year, we just are finishing up the year of the snake, and we're moving into the year of the horse, which is completely different energy. We kind of tend to look at energetic shifts based on the shifting of that calendar, which really doesn't take place until around the first week and a half into February. So we still are kind of, I think, working through some energies from 2025, even in this month. I find that happens all the time. But the snake energy, we have been in a position where we needed to shed skin. We needed to shed a lot of things. A lot of things needed to come to the surface. And in this horse energy year, we're going. Like, we have been working, and now it's time to move forward and make things happen. That's kind of how the energy might be feeling to you. So I'm doing 3 cards from the Kyle Gray deck, Angel Guide, and then 3 cards from my Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. I use the heck out of this deck, and it's funny, on TikTok and stuff, I see other readers use this deck a lot too. I really enjoy this. And then I did do a crystal for the month, so we'll take a look at that. So let's dive in. And again, we're going to start with the cards for January. So, so the first card is Do the Work. So not unlike what I was just saying, where we're in a position where we're kind of wrapping up some of these things from 2025 a little bit energetically in January, there's still some work to be done in January. And it's important that we don't dismiss this, because the key is not taking that energy into 2026, especially when it kind of really clicks over in February, because we want to really kind of shed that energy and those old habits and patterns and issues that we've had before we venture into this new year. And I historically have put a lot of pressure on myself around these types of messages, especially in the new year. I think we're all like, okay, now we got to get our shit together. Well, that's an ongoing process. So try not to get too caught up in that calendar process. However, we're still doing work, and we always will be, right? I mean, as a soul here in this incarnation, we're doing the work. Well, some of us are. Not everybody's doing the work, but if you're listening, you're most likely doing some of the work. So this is just a reminder that as we're in this period, we need to continue to do the work to clean up any kind of last minute lingering types of things that need to be taken care of and managed. But what I noticed about this is that his hand is right in front of his heart. So what this tells me too, and his throat, it's kind of like right in this area, is like matters of the heart, making sure we're communicating. We're saying the things that we need to say. So it's important that we don't kind of slack off as much as I think sometimes we like to for this month specifically. The next card is Earth and Ground. So I love this card. This is so important because for those of us in the Midwest, winter's tough and we don't have the ability to get outside and do the things we love to do. There are a lot of people that really enjoy winter sports like snowmobiling, skiing, things like that. And that's a great opportunity to get connected to nature, to ground yourself. So if there's a way for you to do that, regardless of where you're at and watching this, it's important that you're doing that to stay connected. What I hear through this card is stay connected to yourself, making sure that we don't let the outside world kind of cave in on us. Okay. And it's challenging sometimes for us to be able to make that happen. So earthing, grounding, cutting cords, doing things that ultimately really kind of free up and lighten up your energy. Meditation, using your creativity in some way, that's going to be important for us in the month of January from what they're showing me. So we're doing the work, but while we're doing that, we're earthing and grounding. And I'll tell you, I haven't journaled in a while. And while I have been recovering, I've been pushing through some emotional things myself. And I do automatic writings, which is basically where I just channel information I'm hearing and write it down. But I also journal, and it's so helpful. And I tell people to do that a lot. And so I kind of decided to get one of my journals out and do that for myself to just kind of help me process through some things. And so my team has been on me about staying consistent with the journaling, and it can be very helpful. So I have my journal right next to my bed on my nightstand. And that's been helpful to hold me accountable for that. So something to consider there, courage and bravery. So for this month, we're doing the work. We're making sure we stay grounded, positive within ourselves, but we're also going to need to be courageous and brave. And this is an example of us stepping outside of our comfort zone when it comes to how we have historically handled things in our lives. So whether it's emotionally, even physically, I think to myself, I've had to have a lot of courage and bravery to get through my rehab on this knee. I'm not even kidding you. The pain is ridiculous, but it's necessary. And there are times I'm like, I don't feel very strong right now. And so here we are, but it pushes you. And that's what I feel like this card is. It's like, we're going to need to shed again some of those old patterns and cycles that we get caught up in, things that we have packed on as societal rules and not so much who we really are in the eyes of God, in the eyes of spirit. That's what this is. So be courageous and be brave, even if it ruffles other people's feathers. That's another thing that I think sometimes we get fearful about speaking our truth and finding our voice because we don't want to upset the apple cart, or we're trying to keep the peace. And I just don't think we're in that energy. It doesn't allow for that anymore. And that's hard. It is. It's difficult. But it's necessary for us to grow if you want to grow and do the work. So courageous and brave, and you can do it, is the other thing I hear. So these are the 3 cards for this month. So we're still trucking along, doing the work, doing what's necessary. But understand that in this process, we're definitely being supported by our angels and our guides. So the crystal of the month from the Daily Crystal Inspiration book, this is a stone or crystal I've never heard of, tourmalated quartz. But I love the message, get out of your own way. This is definitely totally in alignment with, I think, the month and probably our year. The yearly, I did do some research online about the yearly crystal, and carnelian came up. So if you are drawn to carnelian, wear it, put it on your altar, do some research if you don't know, but that's really good for new beginnings and supporting creativity. And I would do what you can to, maybe connect into that. Let me see if carnelian is in here. I can even just, feed your creativity. So that's something to consider with that. But the tourmalinated, well, that's a word, quartz, like I said, I've never heard of that. but it says the path is clear to your success. All you need to do is claim it. And that's the energy of this year, right? You are the sole owner and operator of your personal journey. Shed any thoughts of self-doubt, which can lead to derailment. You are entitled to live your best life. Don't relinquish your power by giving into negative thoughts or trying to avoid or deflect responsibility. Confront any obstacles that emerge and consciously seek out solutions. Success is yours. Take control, take ownership, and take heart, and you will take command of your own destiny. That's a really, really, really great crystal. As always, I always recommend you can come to Renew Holistic Wellness and do your crystal shopping, and also Remedy Within in Elm Grove. Visit my friend Tammy's shop. So now that's it for January. So I wanted to pull, these are the 3 cards for 2026. Okay. I'm kind of curious to see what comes up for this. So, so let's see. I love this first card. It's hope. Who doesn't want to take that? So, I mean, that's awesome. So again, this is for the year. Again, just 3 cards. It probably could have pulled 12 cards. But what I'm hearing is don't let go of hope. Do not let go of hope in every aspect of your life, every aspect of our world, every aspect of who we are and where we come from. This card actually makes me emotional because I can feel the energy behind it, but the light is there, and it's you shining your light. It's you being your sovereign self. It's you being authentic. It's you being honest, but it's also never giving up on hope that things will be what they're meant to be in a positive, loving way. So that's a great, great, great card. Sacrifice. I'm not necessarily surprised by this, and I remember reading the meaning of this book. The meaning of this card recently, and I thought that's a little different than what I thought it was. Okay, this is why I wanted to read a little bit about this card. When I see this card, and again, we have this lovely rainbow growing kind of energy. Powerful achievements are usually born as a result of great sacrifice. This card represents self-sacrifice and a time when you should look around your life to see what needs to be released. Okay? By surrendering and letting go, there will be more room to receive. The reward for this is the rewards for this are transformation, wisdom, gratitude, and enlightenment. This card signifies there's a situation in your life. You can't control the outcome. This will be a good moment to pause, rest, have patience, reflect, and meditate. It would be wise to stand back so you can learn to look at events with more understanding, intuitive eye. Try to view people, issues, or problems from a different perspective. If you can achieve this, it will have a profound effect on your soul. And this can also symbolize a period of transition and change. Accept the things that you can control, heal, and leave the past behind. Move towards your future and watch new doors open and paths are being shown. That's why I wanted to read this, because when you read what this card is, there's a lot of meaning here. It is about letting go. It's about, again, kind of coming out of that comfort zone. So we're going to see that this year. And then fulfillment and wishes. Wow, I am happy because this deck can sometimes be a little brutally honest. And I was like, I don't know what we're going to get. But fulfillment of wishes, I just keep feeling like this year, all your hard work is going to pay off. The work you've been doing, the karmic releases, all of the things that you've been going through, I feel in this year for a lot of us, everything's going to be okay. Fulfillment of wishes. And this is very much what it is. It's manifesting quickly. It's understanding that the things that are meant to come to you are going to come to you. And so it's just positive, which again, I'm very happy to see, because again, this deck can give you some shadow stuff. And I was like, well, it'll be interesting to see what direction this goes. But the fulfillment of wishes, and the other thing I get is things will continue to grow this year too. So it might take a little bit, and things are still growing and kind of happening, but you've got water flowing. You've got this plant growing. You've got this box of treasure opening up with light. So I really do feel like as we move into this year, our hard work is paying off, which is really, really, a lot of us need that. It's like we need some wins here, right? So, so these are the 3 cards for 2026. So very good. January's cards and messages are very good too. And it gives us some, insight around what we can expect energetically as we move through these next several months, because, as we've seen, anything can happen at any time. And I will tell you to, like, love yourself and take care of yourself and take the time you need to connect into yourself. I just really feel like this year, a lot of us are going to be turning some corners that we've been waiting for. And I just feel good outcomes from that. Not that we won't have some bumps along the way, but if we stay grounded and we have that courage and bravery and we're committed into knowing that everything is happening for us, even when it's a little crunchy and uncomfortable, that it'll be okay. So really, really great cards. I will post this soon. Newsletter will go out soon. For those of you who are watching this before my newsletter goes out, my challenge lately is I do something in a day and then I need to rest for several hours because I'm just wiped out. So I wanted to do this because I was feeling like I had some energy, and I wanted to get this out for everybody because I know we look forward to these. I've been pulling cards my whole time home. I have decks here that have been helping me too. So if you love these decks, get some. They're so helpful, like so helpful. So at any rate, I think that's it. So have a great month of January. Thanks for your support. And I will say this, I'm moving into my 10th year of doing this work full time. I left my corporate job in 2016, and I hope to do some kind of celebration in this year to celebrate those 10 years. I've been doing this work, I'm going into my 17th year, but my 10 years of being outside of corporate, having my own space, and it's been lovely. So, and again, I'm at Renew Holistic Wellness in Greenfield, 27th and Layton area in Milwaukee. However, I do have clients all over the world, and I do Zoom readings and sessions as well. So any questions, MilwaukeeMedium@gmail.com. Happy New Year. Happy birthday if you have a January birthday. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing some of you in the next few months. Take care.